Go straight to Google and type Orange Knowledge Program. The official website pops out. Click on it. Now, everything you need to know about this program is right here. I'll be brief as possible and straight to the point. Now, application started 28th of June and application deadline is September 5th, right? Now, this scholarship will cover firstly short courses. So if you want to do short courses in Netherlands that's going to last 2 weeks to 12 months or 2 weeks to 7 months, then this is for you. And secondly, if you want to do your master's in Netherlands that will last 12 to 24 months, then this is for you. The countries that can participate in this scholarship are Bangladesh, Benin, Nigeria, South Africa, South Sudan. All these countries I'll be dropping in the caption to check if your country is among the list. But if your country is not among the list, fear not. Look at this part. Please note that the list of participating countries is subject to change and is yet to be updated. The deadline is still September. So always refresh and check if your country has been added to this list. After you confirm that your country is eligible to apply, the next thing you want to check out is the focus team. Now, every country has what they call a focus team. What that means is there are many programs that you can actually do with this scholarship, but then there are some specific programs that this scholarship pay more attention to. So you just have to click on this country focus documents list. Now, after clicking on the link, the next thing you want to do is to look out for your country, right? There's what we call priority areas right here. Let me use Nigeria for instance. Now, if you are from Nigeria, right, look up here priority areas. If you want to do agriculture in Netherlands, including horticulture, or renewable energy and health water management, security and rule of law, human rights and good governance. If you want to study this, they are going to give you more priority than others who want to study other programs. I don't know if that makes sense. Let me use another example, for instance, Senegal. If you want to study sustainable society, circular economy, agroecology, green mobility, climate and environment, if you want to study this program under these priority areas, they are going to give you more attention than other people that want to study other program. I hope that makes sense. So what will give you an edge from other scholars is going for a program under the priority area so that they will look at your own application first before considering other people that are applying for other programs that is not under the priority areas. So you just have to check this list, check your country, look at the priority area, the programs that are under priority area. You make sure you apply for those specific programs so you have an edge. I don't know if that makes sense. Now let's move further. So for the requirements, you can go through it at your leisure time. Let's move further. When it comes to language, you need to prove English or French language skills. So the university you'll be studying with will tell you exactly what they will need to prove that, right? So the priority themes per country, I already mentioned it. But generally, you should do a program that has to do with sexual and reproductive health and rights, security and rule of law, food and nutrition security, or water management programs. But it is still advisable you click on that country focus document that I showed you. Make sure you confirm the programs that are under priority areas and go for them, right? Next is employer statement. This particular scholarship is not for people who are currently studying. It's for people who are employed, people who are working, because you will need an employer statement that is signed by you and your employer. It shows us that your employer supports your application and that you can share the knowledge and experience you gained in the Netherlands once you return to your country. So your employer has to support you with your application. They have to write a letter saying they give you a go ahead, they are behind you. And it is expected that after your training, you are supposed to use your knowledge and bring it back to the organization that stood up for you. I don't know if that makes sense, right? So that's basically the employer statement. So the government statement, you can actually ignore that. This one is for civil servants. Now, other requirements, you can just go through this. Now, let's go straight to how to apply. The first is to check if application falls within the OKP focus areas determined for your country. I mentioned that already. You have to make sure you're applying for a program that is under the priority areas. Then secondly, check if you meet the OKP eligibility criteria. The first thing you want to check is if your country is among the list. As I said, if your country is not currently among the list, keep on checking. We still have up to September. It is updated on a regular basis. So you might see your country there all of a sudden. So just keep on checking. Then the next thing is you want to find a course on the OKP course list. Now let me show you how to do this, right? You click on this particular link Now you see 403 programs. The next thing you want to do is to click on filter. As I said, this scholarship covers short or summer courses and masters, right? So if you are going for master, you just click on master. If you are going for a short or summer course, you tick on it. Let me just tick on both of them. Then click on find program. You see now it has tailored the search to 386 programs. The next thing you want to do is now search for programs under the priority areas of your particular country. For Nigeria, for instance, agriculture is part of the priority area. So I just put in agriculture. Then I click on search. So you see it's bringing out the cultural programs, say organic agriculture. There are so many of them. So you just pick. If you're going for summer, you click on this summer or short courses. If you're going for master, you click on the first one. You can just take your time and go through each of the program. Let me say I want to go for organic agriculture. This program is under the priority areas for Nigeria, right? I click on it. The next thing you want to do is visit course website. Now this is going to take you to the institution website. So the next thing you want to do is look out for their contact, right? Mostly it's always at the down part. Click on contact. Try and make sure you get their email address. Yes, I'm just going to blur this out due to community guidelines and all of that. After getting their email address, now the next thing you want to do, let's go back. Number 4, ask your employer whether they are willing to nominate you for an OKP scholarship. So before you even go to all these things, you have to meet your employer and ask them first. If they say yes, they are willing to nominate you, the next thing is to contact the Dutch Education Institute of your choice. As I showed you in number 3, after getting the program, you get the contact email of the university that is doing that program. Then you now write to that university telling them you're interested in the OKP scholarship, that your employer is ready to nominate you. So they will ask you for your employer statements, your motivation for attending the program, your passport, and government statement if required. So once you provide all this as requested by the institution, you send it back to them via email. The next thing the institution does is what they call the selection process. So the institution will now nominate you. Once they see you are good to go, they will nominate you. Then the embassy, the Dutch embassy, will now check your eligibility and your application the second time, after which the results will now come out, right? If your name is out in those results, then congratulations to you. So basically that's just how it works. So if you need any help during the application, their email address is also here. You can also reach out to them. Just take your time and go through this page. You will definitely scale it through. Now it's much more easier to get a scholarship because not everybody will want to go through this stress. Remember, nothing good comes easy. You have to put in the work. So if you already have an employer and is willing to nominate you, why don't you just give it a try? Who knows, you might be lucky. Best of luck, guys. Don't forget to drop in a like, share, and drop a comment.